Good morning and welcome to day 37 of Ralston's Big Adventure. Alright, it is 7:30 in the morning, probably 7:40 by now. I'm getting a really late start this morning. I know it doesn't sound like it because it's 7:30, but I usually try to be out of here by 8. I'll be good to get out of here by 8:30 or 9 today. I don't know, I'm just lazy and this is comfortable and the river's nice. So yeah, it's just one of those mornings. But the plan today is to go 20 miles to the next shelter. And then stay overnight there. And from there, my plans have changed 1,000 times. That's why I've been late getting up. Well, I'm comfortable, but also I've been trying to plan out my resupply, and it's just kind of weird, the options right now. So I'm trying to figure that out. But yeah, it is. Oh my goodness. 20 miles. So that's the plan regardless. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready, get my stuff together, and then head out. Alright, it is 8:50. I'm finally rolling out of camp. I knew that I would be super late getting out of here, but it just is what it is. But I'm feeling good. I slept really good last night. Enjoyed just time by the creek at my campsite this morning. And now I'm out. I don't think the terrain is as up today. Again, that was the last 5,000 foot mountain until I get to New Hampshire. So shouldn't have any major climbs like that again, which is honestly kind of nice. I may get tired of that, but for now, that sounds pretty good. But anyway, I'll update you as I go along. Hopefully if I see a bear today, I can get it on video. You know, I really enjoyed hiking in the Grayson Highlands because in some ways, like, you got these big grassy patches with shrubs but no trees and anything. In some ways, it just reminds me of like out west somewhere in some kind of way. I don't know, but it's been nice. Really nice. All right, so I just stopped at this shelter for a quick snack break. It is 11:49, it's almost noon. Might as well have just eaten lunch, but I decided to take a quick snack break, and then there's another shelter about 5 miles ahead that I'll stop and eat lunch at. I like to stop at shelters for breaks and lunch and stuff because I know they have picnic tables and places to sit, and I'm not having to like find a nice rock or log or whatever. And usually there's people there, so you kind of talk and hang out, but there's nobody there today, so I had it all to myself. But yeah, 5 miles on to the lunch spot. So I saw this campground down here on the road. It's back that way the trail is. And I was like, oh, I bet that's a campground. They might have a vending machine and like maybe a snack, and I'll just sit down at a picnic table and eat lunch. They don't have anything. It's just, I don't even know if it's a real campground. It's just people that are just parked with their horses. There's like no office, no nothing. So here we are, just walking back to the trail. But yeah, really slight detour, but frustrating detour because no reward at the end. Alright, I just got done with my second climb of the day. Taking a quick break before I head down to the next shelter for lunch. But that was just the most consistently like up and at a consistent angle the entire time. That was really a weird climb, but very glad to be done with it. I think the third climb of the day shouldn't be too bad. It's like another 10 miles too, so it's kind of a weird elevation. It's like I started here, went up, down, and then it'll go back up. But it's like a consistent trajectory down, if you follow. But yeah, I'm already beat. I'm only halfway through and I'm ready to stop. Alright, so I just had a little lunch break right there, right beside the creek. Now I'm headed the 9 miles to the shelter I'm going to stay at. I spent like an hour there just eating lunch. I had some service, so I made some phone calls just to family members. So, yeah, I needed that break so bad. I've been thinking about it, and I put on a lot of miles between Hot Springs and Damascus, which were between my 2 zeros, and I don't think I gave myself enough of a rest on my 0 day in Damascus. So after this 20-mile day, I am going to cut way back for a couple days, and because I've been doing I did 16 and a half out of Damascus, 17 and a half yesterday, 20 today. And so I think what I'm going to do is tomorrow do 16, the next day do 14, and just try to build back up to 20. Not that I can't do it, it's just I want to enjoy myself out here. And I'm not really doing that by putting on all these miles every single day. And there's some proven science, I feel like, behind this. Just from what I've observed. Not really tested, but, well, it's been tested for sure. You have two kinds of hikers out here. And it's hilarious because they both go at the same pace. You have people like Pac-Man, like Patch, who do these incredibly large days. I think Patch did 2 26-mile days in a row. Patch is an insanely good hiker. But the thing is, and Pac-Man's the same way, he'll do these big, he says he does these big 30-mile days or whatever. But it's funny because we'll end up at the same place at the same time, pretty consistently. And so, then you also have hikers out here, like the Nuts family, the family of 6. They don't take any zeros, but they don't do big mile days. They do 15 to 20, but they started out doing 10s. So they started out really slow, really consistent, and that's how they've always been. And they've just kind of gradually worked themselves up. And it's funny because you'll have these guys who do these huge mile days, and then they'll wipe them out. They'll be down for 2-3 days, and they'll come back, and the slower and steady people will have caught up to them. So it's just funny, people's different styles out here. But it's we're all ending up at the same place at the same time, always. So might as well be slow and steady rather than try to put these huge mile days on. I don't know. That's just kind of what I've observed out here. But maybe there's a bigger, broader life lesson there. But yeah, I just think that's kind of funny. Alright, I'm about to have a heat stroke, so I'm jumping in. Alright, well, just went for my dip. I feel refreshed and ready to get to camp, have dinner, and go to bed. And I'm so excited for tomorrow because it's only 16 miles. And that is just, cannot wait for that. If you ever plan on hiking that AT, you will swallow a bug multiple times. Just FYI, If you're not okay with that, don't come out here, because you got these little kamikaze gnats that fly straight into your ears, eyes, and mouth. And sometimes they go straight to your throat and down. So yeah, that's happened numerous times. Okay, remember those ridge lines I showed you the other day when I was on top of, or I was getting close to Mount Rogers, and I was like, man, those ridge lines look great. They're super flat on top. So I'm pretty sure, instead of the Appalachian Trail people thinking, maybe if we put people up on top and ride the ridge long ways, it'll be flat and they'll enjoy it. Instead, they thought, let's send them crossways and make them go up and down every one. That's all I've done today, and I've just now realized like what I've been going over, and I'm like, shoot, send us long ways. Put us on the top of the ridge and let us ride. I'm tired of climbing. I'm tired of climbing every day. I want some flat bad. Alright, so after a long day's hike, I finally made it to the shelter, and nobody's here. I mean, that's not entirely true. The Nuts family is just right up there camping, but other than them, it's just me here by my lonesome. But there's a lot of great tent sites down there, and there's the bear box, so I'll probably just set up my tent down there and just have a night to myself. I don't know how I feel about it. This will be my first night kind of alone on the trail. I don't really count them because they won't interact. Like, they'll just interact with each other and not me, which is fine. I don't care. But it'll just be, I don't know, it'll just be an interesting night. But somebody could show up, who knows. But it'll just be interesting to be here by myself. All right, it is, I think, 9. Where's my watch? It is 9:20, which means it is way past my bedtime. But I don't know, I just got in late to the shelter, and it took forever for me to get dinner ready. Yeah, it was just a whole thing. But I'm not the only person here tonight. There was a group of 3 that showed up at 8 o'clock, or no, probably 8:30, which made me feel a lot better. Just knowing that there were other people. They're staying at the shelter, so they're just right up the hill for me. But yeah, very glad to be done for the day and going to sleep and ready for a fun day tomorrow. I'm passing this shelter called Partnership Shelter, and you can order pizza from it. So I think I'm going to have pizza for lunch, hopefully. But yeah, that's the plan for tomorrow. Sorry, my hand was falling. But anyway, as always, thanks for your support. Love and appreciate, every one of you for following along. Hey y'all, it's Ralston here, hiking the AT. I'm hiking the AT for several reasons, but one big one is to support the Isaiah 117 house in Blairsville, Georgia. This organization is dedicated to, helping foster kids. At the moment, they're taken out of the home, and some of the most traumatic parts of their lives, that's where they seek to intervene. And so they seek to provide a house with food, clothing, foster parents, almost pretty much immediately after they're taken out of the home. So it's a really, really great organization that's dedicated to bettering the lives of children. And I just could not be more appreciative and more excited to support them and of all the work they're doing. So if you'd like to help out and donate, you can visit the link below, and it'll take you to the donation page. But please consider giving a gift to help support Isaiah 117. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, Maverick out.